In the United States, the average life expectancy is about 77 years. When you translate that into seconds, the number is almost beyond comprehension, roughly 2.4 billion seconds. Sounds like a fortune of time, right? But in reality, it's a balance that keeps shrinking, second by second, and there's no way to make new deposits. Think of it as a hidden bank account, but instead of dollars, you only get to spend time, and once it's gone for good. Here's the kicker: men, on average, live fewer years than women. That gap may look small on paper, but it translates into the loss of millions of seconds. It's like getting a paycheck with deductions already taken out before you even see it. Time works the same way. You think you've got a full balance, but life has already cut a slice out without asking. Now, stop for a moment and think about today. How many seconds slipped through your fingers while sitting in traffic in Los Angeles, stuck in line at a New York coffee shop, or scrolling through endless feeds you barely remember? If those seconds had been invested in learning a new skill, building a side hustle, or spending quality time with someone you love, their value would skyrocket. Which leads us to the bigger question: do all seconds carry the same weight, or are some seconds powerful enough to change everything? In American sports history, countless moments prove how fractions of a second can separate legends from the forgotten. Take the 100-meter Olympic finals, for example. In 2008, Usain Bolt became a global icon, crossing the finish line with a margin that could fit inside a heartbeat. That almost invisible difference was enough to carve his name into eternity. In swimming, track, or speed skating, milliseconds decide who gets remembered and who fades away. But it's not just in sports. On Wall Street, high-frequency trading algorithms buy and sell stocks in microseconds. Whoever gets there first cashes in, whoever arrives late watches the opportunity vanish. The same principle plays out in everyday American life. 1 second at a traffic light can prevent, or cause, an accident. 1 second of hesitation in a job interview can determine whether you land the position or walk away empty-handed. Sometimes, destiny moves at the speed of a click. And there's a poetic side to it too. Think about how many love stories in New York began with a quick glance on the subway, or how a casual word in a Seattle coffee shop turned into a lifelong bond. Seconds shape careers, fortunes, relationships, and even legacies. It's as if time itself, at this microscopic level, acts as an invisible conductor guiding our lives. But that raises another question: are we even measuring those seconds in a way that's truly fair? The clocks we wear on our wrists or hang on our walls have never really measured time itself. What they do is count movements. A pendulum swings back and forth, a crystal vibrates, an atom oscillates. Each of these mechanisms simply tracks repetitions, like tallying steps on a long walk. What we call time is really just an interpretation of those counts, not the actual essence of time. When you stop to think about it, it feels almost like a trick. A clock doesn't know if you're in love, anxious, or just waiting around. For the clock, every second is identical. But for you, waiting 5 minutes at the DMV feels like an eternity, while 5 minutes laughing with a close friend seems to disappear instantly. The clock insists both are the same, but your experience tells another story. This shows how dependent we are on tools to tame something we still can't touch. From the church bells in colonial New England to the atomic clocks that keep GPS satellites aligned, people have always created ways to bring order to life. Yet none of those inventions capture time itself. And it's at this very point that the digital world comes in, introducing a hidden second that runs our lives without us even noticing. In the digital world, there's a 0 second that quietly rules our lives, even though most people have no idea it exists. Every computer and smartphone today measures time starting from midnight, January 1st, 1970. It's as if the entire digital universe shares a secret calendar, and every second that ticks since then is translated into code, code that makes your text message arrive, your GPS stay accurate, and your credit card get approved in a matter of seconds. But it doesn't stop there. These devices don't rely only on clock hands or gears. They depend on microscopic vibrations, from quartz crystals and even atoms, that keep everything in sync. A tiny delay of just a few microseconds could cause massive failures, stock trades landing in the wrong millisecond, satellites losing track of their positions, or online payments collapsing. Your entire digital life depends on an invisible heartbeat of time you never actually see. This hidden detail reveals how deeply technology manipulates time for us, in ways we can't even begin to control. You might forget to hit start on your stopwatch at the gym, but your phone cannot afford to miss even a single atomic vibration, or global systems would unravel. And this leads to a bigger question. If we've managed to bend time in the digital world, does the universe itself have a built-in limit where time stops making sense? Scientists have discovered that there's a minimum interval of time so small it practically defies human imagination: Planck time. It's about 0.00000000000000000000000000000001 seconds. Yes, that's a decimal followed by 43 zeros and a 1. This is considered the tiniest tick the universe allows, and anything shorter than that has no meaning within the laws of physics as we know them. This limit only really makes sense when we talk about the birth of the universe, the Big Bang. Before one Planck time had passed, physics has no way to describe what was happening. It's like standing in front of a theater with the curtain closed. You know something is there, but you can't see it. Even the most powerful supercomputers on Earth can't simulate what took place before that first tick. Planck time is the frontier between what we know and the ultimate mystery. Now here's the thought that shakes everything up: if the universe has a minimum second, is time really as continuous as it feels? Or are we living in a kind of cosmic movie, playing frame by frame, just like a YouTube video runs at 30 or 60 frames per second? That strange idea leads directly to the boldest question modern science dares to ask: what if time itself doesn't exist at all? Some of the boldest scientists have suggested an idea that sounds like pure science fiction: what if time itself is just an illusion? According to these theories, past, present, and future don't flow in a straight line, they're more like pages of a book already written. We just flip through them one at a time. Both quantum physics and Einstein's relativity hint that time may not be as absolute as we've always believed. For many people, this thought is unsettling, but for others, it feels strangely freeing. If time is only a mental construct, it might explain why our perception of it changes so much. A minute at the checkout line in a crowded Walmart feels endless, while a minute at a live concert of your favorite band disappears in a blink. What we call time could simply be the way our brain organizes experiences. That possibility forces us to rethink our memories, our choices, and even the way we chase the future. And when you see life from this angle, something powerful emerges. If time isn't really passing, maybe everything is happening all at once, somewhere in the fabric of reality. That would mean our fears, our hopes, and even our dreams already exist side by side. Perhaps the real question isn't how much time we have, but how we choose to live each moment. And that's why a single second might be the most valuable treasure we'll ever hold. So tell me, after all this, are you still going to treat every second like it's worthless? Think carefully, how many have already slipped away from you today without leaving a mark? And what if the very next second held the chance to flip your entire life upside down? Maybe what you really need isn't more time, but a new way of seeing the time you already have. Now I want to hear from you. What would you do if you had just one more second to change your story? Drop your answer in the comments. Your perspective might inspire someone else. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, so every second you spend here brings knowledge that truly transforms.